Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, under 16s, under 14s, under 12s, under 10s, under 8s, under 6s. Group 1, Group 2, Group 3, traitors and faithfuls, coaches and parents, roadies, cross lovers, mountain bikers and trackies.
Non-suffering wives.
I will start the awards ceremony in the next 30 seconds. Welcome, one and all, to the limited edition Cycling Awards 2025. We do have some awards to hand out, and they are very special. But before I pass over to my glamorous assistants, we want to recognise the hard work and the dedication shown by every one of you. The club was formed on and maintains a mission of fundamental skills and inclusion. As anyone who has watched the coaches race this season will testify, we are here for a good time, not a fast time. We are all about skills on the bike and off, resilience, friendship, development, and looking cool track standing at traffic lights. You turn up on Saturdays in the wet and the dry. As Evo says, it's just rain, guys.
Come on, guys, it's just rain.
And you make it fun. So thank you all, not just those we made cry during Storm Dara. Graham has already talked about numbers and how that's grown, as has our reputation and our representation. We are packing out the Go Ride. We are on every podium in East Kent. We are all over the South East League, and there's green at the Nationals. You lot are kind of a big deal. None of this is possible, of course, without the support crew, and we will come to the parents in just a minute. But first, a couple of special mentions. And you should, just as a note, kids, always check what you're going to say in your speech before the person before you talks. So, Flick, Graham, V, Tom and I have been joined on the roster by the next generation of coaches. Two young men and role models who have progressed through the club. Give it up again for Lewis and Dom. We would also like to acknowledge two people behind the scenes, our social secretary and welfare officer. One, arranging the night out. The other, making sure you get home safely. Anne-Marie and Erica. And to round off the intro, we all know it's pics or it didn't happen. And here to document it all this season, hiding in the bushes, has been Valdas, our official club photographer. We've got you a little something. That's for you. Thank you very much. Right, that's quite enough. I have gone on longer than V's cross career. Every single one of you are legends in the Greasy chain. And talking of Greasy, here is Tom with our first award.
Oh, God, I don't know how to follow that up after James. It won't be as jovial, so stand by with me. Right, so our first award. So just a bit about the awards. Obviously, we've got 3 coach-led awards, which are our Saturday Superstar, our Go Ride Roulette, and our regional race, of course, yes. And then we've got the one that was voted for by the cyclists, which is our Rider of the Year. So, we'll start off with a Saturday Superstar. So, this goes for all. What were we looking for from our riders? So, you're probably all thinking, well, so-and-so's good at racing, or they've got the best bike and they must have the best kit, so they must be the winner of these awards. Well, no, we wasn't actually asking for that, if anybody bothered, which probably, judging by some of the reaction I get, 20% of the club actually read this. Those 20%, well done. you would have seen what the criteria was, which we kept reiterating. That it wasn't just about racing. It was about our kind of values and what we look for in all of our riders and parents to a degree. So is the rider friendly, supportive? Are they determined? Are they positive? Are they kind, patient, generous, thoughtful? Basically, are they a complete package of the club, which is what we look for, and are they going to be a nice person to have at the club because they're going to be a positive influence on their fellow peers. Yeah, so that was our kind of criteria, if you like. So Saturday Superstar, so they also were specifically a person at the club. So one of our members who doesn't race, all right? It's quite specific around that. So we've always not promoted racing as being a kind of a fundamental, you have to come to the club and race. We love the fact that most of the club does race now, but actually, like Graham mentioned earlier, 2019, we didn't have anybody racing. We just had people coming to the club because they enjoyed coming to the club, and for some reason, they enjoyed riding around on a bit of mud with like pretty much no kit, but they enjoyed it nevertheless. And so the Saturday Superstar is for riders who they might have tried racing, not liked it, or they might just not be into it, But actually, we thought it was quite good to acknowledge that people can come to the club and not actually want to do that. They just want to come and have a good time with their mates, So this rider, I've got a couple of, and it may give it away to them as I'm telling you, but just a couple of stories about the rider and the winner of this award. So this person used to come to the club. They still do, obviously, but they used to take part in some of my sessions, which were sometimes fairly physical. And this rider, they would never moan or complain. They would just get on with it, because they didn't want to be the person who didn't do it. And this was long before we had groups 1, 2, 3, and we actually looked at what people wanted from the club. This was the old days, and they would get on with it. And probably one of my lasting memories of this rider was a session where they went rather white during the session because they were trying so hard, and it was a summer's day, and they disappeared off towards the cafe table. So obviously I went over to check that they were okay, and they were actually throwing up. Nice, didn't make a fuss, just went over to privately throw up out of sight, and then kind of wiped their mouth off and got back into the session, or wanted to rather. Perhaps, they were advised maybe just to have a little break and a bit of water. But that was the determination of this rider, and that was it just kind of embodied what we want our riders to be, which is that they are determined, they're going to try hard. And another story about this rider was we decided to go up to the woods, and their parents are here, so they probably don't know this. But we went up to the woods, and I decided to take them up to Sevendrew Castle, and it's quite hilly up there, and I thought, this would be a lovely little ride for the kids. And obviously it was hard work getting up there because it's all uphill. And then obviously there's a lot of downhill, so fraught with danger on the downhill sections. I didn't actually ask if everybody was happy to go down these hills, and again, there was no complaints. So as I'm riding down the hill, this rider comes flying past me, screaming, like out of control. And obviously as a coach, I thought, oh my God, this is going to be hospital. Like, how am I going to explain this? And it was actually on a windy path, so I couldn't see them after a while. And they managed to avoid all the riders we were with. And when it opened up, they were flying down a bit of grass to a nice slow stop. And thankfully, they hadn't wrapped themselves around a tree. But yes, that was made me come back and think, yeah, I really do need to make sure that M-check is done before we go on these rides. So yes, without any further ado, so our Saturday Superstar, who also, I will say, has been a great ambassador for the club, because they've come to the club, they've tried racing, they've realised it's not for them, they've been here for a long time, probably one of the longest serving club members, and they've also been a very good role model to all of the younger children. And the winner of the Saturday Superstar Award is Matthew Best. Come on, Matt. Well done, Matthew. Good work. There is your prize. I should have opened the envelope, by the way, which I didn't. But yeah, please do open it and just show it off to the camera, your award. Give it a rip open. It's like Christmas. And then we'll get Matt to do a little speech. He's keen for it, I can tell. Go on, Matt, you're right. There we go, Matthew. Right, show that off to the camera and to the crew. So, would you like to say a few words, or? Yeah, go on, Matt.
Where do I start?
Anything you want to say. No swearing, though.
I came here today thinking, I don't think there's any chance of me getting an award. I just come here and cheer those, congratulate those who do. But yeah, I can't believe it. And thanks, Tom, for
To the club, Matthew.
yes, yeah, for
Coaches.
Yeah.
We thank you for all of what you've done for the club. Yeah, you're a good role model. Thank you, Matthew. Watch those close shots, Tom. Right, ladies and gentlemen, onwards and upwards, as they say. So I'll hand you over to G, who's going to present our next award.
Okay, so next award is the Go Ride Rouleur. And so same kind of set of values, obviously. It's all about how that person is as a club member, so it's not just about the racing. So the last award, Tom was saying, obviously it's people that just come on a Saturday and they might not like racing, but they still want to be part of the club. And I think the first thing it says on our website, if you go to it, is everyone deserves the experience of riding a bike. And that's kind of what the whole ethos of the club is. So this was the kind of next level up, where it's a rider that will take part maybe in the Go Ride races. And I spoke about the figures and stuff at Go Ride before. I think Go Ride's like one of my favourite things about the club, because it's that first step, whether you find it if you want to do racing seriously, or if you want to just basically go and ride around a cool track and have loads of people shout gears at you and clap. But some of the kids we've got do all the Go Rides, some of them do some of the Go Rides. They don't want to do that step up to regional, which is totally fine because it's a big commitment. But it's basically someone that likes to come, learn, ride a bike, and also have that little kind of taster of racing at Go Ride. And also, it's again, going back to the values, it's how they are with the rest of their team. Because one of the best things about Go Ride again is, and particularly as our numbers have swollen over the last couple of years, is like when the under sixes are racing, you get the under eights, 10s and 12s all shouting their names and cheering, and then the under sixes come out and join in when the next race starts. And this person's one of the people that really gets involved in that, but more so on the training on a Saturday. So I've been a coach for 2 years now, and when you do your coaching course, you basically learn with a bunch of other people that are learning to be a coach. So when you're being assessed and you're asking people any questions, you've got a bunch of adults that really want also to be a coach and want you to succeed answering. So it doesn't really prepare you at all for when you actually go and take a bunch of 20 kids and then try and ask them the same question. And people are just either, kind of turning their bike upside down to see what the chain looks like close up, or kind of mad things like that when you're trying to get attention. But this person does really engage all the time. Probably the most engaged is I could say the chattiest person maybe. So when we're at even at the races on a Saturday, he's chatting as he goes round. Not that it doesn't mean he's not going as fast as he can. He's got the skill that he can actually do both, which is very impressive. And just whenever we stop and I ask if anyone's got any questions, or if I ask a question, there's one hand that goes up like constant. It's just you can almost guarantee it. He even once, and I think it was me and James were taking the group, and you'd asked a couple of questions, and this person put their hand up and answered, and then we did something else, and you asked another question, and the hand went up as soon as you asked the question, and when you said that person's name, he said, I don't know. So he literally put his hand up just to say, yeah, I don't know what the answer is. But I won't hold him any longer. So the person who is the Go Ride ruler of 2024 in LEC Awards is Charlie Murphy. Charlie.
Open it.
Open up. I'm almost scared to say if you've got a few words, Charlie, because we've got quite a few awards to get through. So. Well done. Do you want to say anything? No. Yeah. Oh, very well deserved, Charlie. Right, well done. Okay, so next up is James, I think.
Okay. Right. From Stanmer Park to East Byshee, from Deal to Dover, we have had strong teams in the London South East League, East Kent, Spring in the Park and the Chili Crits. Before we run through regional racing, we need to recognise the real heroes of the squad. The chauffeurs, the nutritionists, the porters, the cleaners, the mechanics, the psychologists, the sponsors and the supporters. Can we start, please, with a round of applause for your parents and grandparents, please? It's a big commitment to spend your entire salary on jet washers and cassettes and your entire weekends on the A2. I'm going to start with three names: Olive, Enyo and Lola. Or as I call them, Veni, Velo and Vici. Looking back to Spring in the Park, these three came, they rode and they conquered. They finished top three in all but one race, with squatters' rights on the podium. Lola, the pocket rocket, has pretty much secured the cross-league titles as a first-year under-10. She is a two-time winner of the LEC Rider of the Year and is not only friends with national champions, but she has a good shot at emulating them. Enyo and Olive are giving her a good race for her prize money, though. They have both worked so hard in training and dived into the deep end of regional cross with fantastic seasons. These three aren't the only riders punching above their weight. A little while back, we signed a hot prospect who has already proved his worth. A guy with a game face matched only by his game. Woody. Where is he? What a start to your regional career. The under-10 boys squad have style as well as speed. The hair, the shades, the absolute determination to win at all costs. Elias had a fantastic season in cross particularly. Casper and Evo battle it out for most enthusiastic rider every week, literally battling it out at Elmstead Woods. Their passion for the sport is a delight. Rupert has showed absolute commitment, making it to every London League race and giving it his all at each. He joined the squad and has held his own. And there has to be a shot for potential most improved with Vicente, a bigger bike showing big skills and big expectations for him in the summer. In the under-12s, she can't be here today, but Sophia has flown the flag for the girls, battling through tough courses and somehow coming back for more. Over in the boys, however, we are packed with talent. Teus and his power on the road. He is a fan's favourite at Spring in the Park. Kian, with his demon starts and strong finishes, has brought drama and Superman celebrations. Timothy, possibly the politest and second chattiest member of the race squad. We love to see him on Saturdays, and he's done brilliantly on Sundays. And there's the locomotive. Leading out the line at Spring in the Park with a kamikaze attack and leaving it all on the road with his epic rides to Brighton, Windsor and Richmond. Locked in a battle with him in the cross season has been Daniel, coming back from injury really well and completing every race so far. A strong name on your wall chart. And last but not least, our seniors, Floyd, Kira and Edie. All three acting like captains, all three qualifying and representing LEC at the National Champs. All three having disastrous first laps. Floyd has had an amazing year. He has stepped into the big courses and has excelled. He's been a pleasure to coach and direct with his media duties. Edie did all right. Someone get Kira a green jersey. She has smiled her way round some very difficult terrain this year across East Kent. Edie has also attacked this year, racing every weekend she could. She does things she's scared of. That is proper bravery. We're very proud. There can, of course, be only one winner, however, of Regional Rider of the Year, and this was a really tough call. Everyone deserves it. What a squad. We ended up choosing someone who gives it everything in training and races. Someone who's seen big improvement thanks to their dedication to learning and their approach on Sundays. Dom, would you like to open the envelope for Regional Racer of the Year?
Crowd gasp. The draw for air.
Enyo Rackley. Tear it open, come on.
I'd just like to say thank you for choosing me as Regional Racer of the Year.
I think wrapping things up with our final award is Tom.
Yes. The big one. Oh, who will it be? So, yes, you might have noticed a new bit of bling for the Baron LEC cabinet. But, yeah, this is thanks to Coach Graham's hard work. This is the result, and it's going to be a cup. It's going to be at the club now for, hopefully, till you're all parents. Oh, come on, he engraved it, though. He engraved it. In Coach Flick's honour, LEC font. Ooh, there we go. So, yeah, no. So, Rider's Choice. So, this was quite a simple one to put together. So, we asked you guys to vote for who you thought should be the Rider of the Year for the club. So, the coach had no input. You guys sent in your votes when you were booking these hot tickets. And part of that we asked, which quite a lot of you done, was for a few comments about your nomination. Why did you nominate them? You know, what led to that award, or that choice, not just your parents. Yeah, what did you guys want? So I'm just going to read a few things about the winner. So obviously we had a clear winner in the vote. So somebody put they had improved a lot. That they were kind, supportive. They were absolutely determined, and they were a bit harsh with a precursor here, but generally cool. So, so you need to work on that, basically, because sometimes you are not cool. But no, yeah, generally cool. So they said that the winner was a good sport, which is a nice compliment. They also said that they were very determined and they tried really hard, despite not necessarily winning races. They just obviously had a hard work ethic. So they said that the winner was generous, they were thoughtful, and that they were overall a very good rider. Nice compliment. So yeah, they also said that this person tries very hard in their races, and you can see it on their face. So if you've got a good race face. And somebody also said, in follow-up to that they too will try hard like this person. So as we said, yeah, Rider of the Year, I won't beat around the bush. This was really close, actually, and this person only won by one vote. And it was, yeah, I'd probably say it was, you know, it was a bit up in the air. We kind of obviously thought of people we thought might have a shout, but it was a bit of a turn up for the books nevertheless. But one thing I will say about this rider is they've been at the club for a couple of years. I've seen them turn up. They were kind of shy. They didn't speak to anybody because they were shy. And over the last couple of years, which generally we find with cycling, the more you immerse yourself in it, the more the riders come out of their shell. And that's a good thing, I think, about the club, because I definitely think it's part of the club and the ethos we have, which make the riders develop and be more confident. And this person's definitely grown in confidence, and they've grown in their kits, and they've grown in how they race and how serious they take it. And I know that behind the scenes, this rider is totally dedicated. They work probably, I would go out and say, harder than anybody at the club, because I know a lot of what goes on, not just at a Saturday session, what goes on Monday to Friday, and they are absolutely putting themselves through the ringer to improve, because they want to improve. They want to be a better cyclist. And that's just really nice to see that they've got a lot of commitment and that they've dedicated a lot of their time to this improvement. So without further ado, our lovely trophy for Rider's Choice. It's all wrapped up in this flag. So the winner, Rider's Rider of the Year, is Floyd Connor. Congratulations, Floyd. There you go. Up above your head. Now, Floyd, as is customary, we do require a speech from you. So tell us a bit about from when you come to the club and how you found it to where you are today. No pressure.
So
I'll hold your cup if you like.
Oh, thank you. So when I started at the club, I was on a really heavy BMX that, if you were to try and shoulder it, it would probably just crush you to the centre of the earth. And I was really shy. I didn't speak to many people. But then as I progressed, I've only been here for like 3 years, I think. And I've progressed, and I've just started doing lots more training. And I would also like to thank my mum and dad, my mum for buying all the kit, and my dad for spending half his day cleaning the bikes after cross. Yeah.
There you go. Well done. Congratulations. So, yes, round of applause for our champ, Floyd. Oh, and Floyd. Wait, not so soon. Open up that little puppy. So, yeah, as Floyd would say, that is exactly how it's been for him at the club. He's come as just a young boy who's shy, doesn't really want to necessarily talk to anybody and lacks a bit of confidence. And now he's just totally out there, like busting his guts, showing off his swag kit, riding his bike as hard as he can, and he's always looking to develop. So you don't need to worry about that, Floyd. Just show everybody your picture. Cool. So, Rider of the Year 2024.